I never thought I'd tell this story. Not out loud, not to anyone. Some moments are meant to live quietly, hidden in the spaces between memory and regret. But this one refuses to stay silent. The porch was still warm beneath my feet, amber light stretching across the wood as the sun dipped low. I hadn't turned the lights on inside yet. I liked the way dusk softened everything. On the steps sat a cardboard box, plain, harmless, waiting. He was already crouched beside it, worn boots dusty, plain white tee clinging to him in the heat. That same easy half-smile played on his lips, the one I'd seen so many times before but never quite like this. I leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. "Since you're already down there," I said, my voice more playful than serious. "Mind bringing it in?" He looked up, curious, not annoyed. He didn't say anything, just waited. I didn't explain. I stepped back, held the door open wider. He picked up the box and followed me inside. His shoulder brushed mine on the way in, casual but not careless. The air changed. The house didn't feel as quiet anymore. He stood there holding the box like he didn't know where to put it. I nodded toward the living room. He walked ahead and I followed. The late sun filtered through the windows, casting golden shadows across the furniture. He set the box down near the end table gently, like it mattered. "Water?" I asked. "Sure," he said, voice calm, unrushed. I moved toward the fridge, feeling his eyes on me. The hem of my sundress fluttered at my knees. I leaned forward to grab 2 glasses, and when I turned back, he was at the counter. I handed him the glass, our fingers brushed. He took a sip, then set it down. "Nice place," he said, quiet. "Thanks." I leaned back against the counter. "You in a rush today?" He shook his head. "Not unless I need to be." I reached for the second glass. My arm grazed his. He didn't move away. His hand stayed near mine, still, easy. "You always hang around this long?" I asked. "Only when I'm welcome." I didn't pull back. I leaned in slightly. "You haven't overstayed yet." He shifted just a little. His pinky brushed mine. A small thing, but I felt it like a spark. I looked up. He hadn't looked away. Then, gently, he reached for my hand. No hesitation. His thumb traced lightly across my skin, then paused. He lifted my hand, brought it close to his face. Not quite a kiss, not quite anything. Just a still moment full of thought. Then he let go, but his other hand came to rest near my waist, not pressing, not assuming, just there, and C.M. Drake's. I touched his chest, then let my hand fall again. He stepped forward slightly, and I leaned back into the counter. Still, he didn't push in, just stayed, steady, present. He moved without a word. As he crossed the room, I reached up and touched the pendant around my neck, grounding myself. When I turned back to him, I found myself stepping forward. The necklace slipped from my fingers as my hand rose, settling just below his collarbone. Our lips met, soft, unhurried, no doubt, no confusion, just a quiet knowing. His hand rose to my shoulder steady. I touched his in return. We didn't move too much. The hush in the room held more weight than any words could. His other hand settled lightly at my back, not gripping, just anchoring. Our foreheads met briefly, a pause between moments. When he looked at me again, I saw something different in his eyes. He glanced toward the counter. I gave a small nod. That was all he needed. He stepped forward, lifting me gently onto the edge. The movement was slow, sure. There was no question, no permission needed. We understood each other. My knees brushed his sides. I lifted my hand to his face, bringing his gaze back to mine. The second kiss was slower, deeper, more certain. This time we both knew what we were doing, what we were saying, without speaking at all. His hand rested at my waist like a quiet promise. The silence in the room wasn't empty. It was full of everything we hadn't said, but had always felt. He pulled back, just enough to look at me again. I nodded. He helped me down. Still close, still there. We walked into the living room together, moving gently, like we didn't want to disturb what had just happened. We sat side by side on the couch, our bodies aligned in that new kind of silence. The kiss still lingered, but we didn't chase more. It was enough. My hand rested on his shoulder. He leaned in, not urgently, not with expectation, just there, with me. A soft sound escaped me, quiet and surprised, as if I were only now realizing how deeply I felt it. His hand found mine again, light and easy. No pressure, just presence, just him. The world faded into stillness.